Hi guys, I'm gonna make this intro short. Here's part 5 to Wings of Fire tribe tutorials, and because I got asked to make one for every tribe under the sun, I pulled out a random spinner wheel and laid it with RainWings, so let's get started. For the pose, I chose a dragon to be positioned in a tree, simply because I liked the pose and thought it would be good fitting for a RainWing. Now if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know I always start off the drawings that I make with these blobby shapes. These help me get the proportions close to what I want as possible. You can do this, or the sketchy version of this, which most artists do. It doesn't really matter, as long as you're comfortable. Next is step 2, my outline or second sketch. Sometimes if I'm really confident I can skip this step in my drawings, but I did it here to make things easier on myself and to show you. This is a stage where you give your shape some of its outlines and start to figure out the placement of the eyes and the main facial features, as well as getting a better idea of how the line art will look and how the basic features and build of this dragon will tie together. This is also the stage where you start to see the features that will define the dragon as the tribe you're trying to draw, and in this case, RainWings. Some important features to remember are that RainWings are one of the skinnier tribes in the Wings of Fire universe. They have relatively small wings, long skinny necks, legs, and of course, a long tail. Next is stage 3, the basic line art. In this stage, I'm mostly just tracing over the sketch with some cleaner, neater line art. I also added the markings to show where the underbelly is. It just makes everything look a little neater than it did before. In this stage, I try to pay more attention to the thickness of the lines that I'm using because this will be a part of the finished product. The next stage is stage 4, scale details. In this stage, I add all the final details on the dragon. So to start off, RainWings have a very thin layer of spinal scales, similar to the ones that you would find along the back of a skywing, but much smaller. They also have square-shaped padded scales on their arms and legs, again very similar to skywings. They have rounded scales along their necks, tails, arms, and legs. Of course, they have the frill behind their ears, and they have very interesting scales surrounding their eyes that I personally love but don't really know how to explain. I have another tutorial on how I made the little round scales, so y'all can check that out if you want. Anyways, that's about it. I hope this was helpful. Also, another side note, if you want to look at the other tutorials I've made, I have a playlist on the ones I've made so far, and it's always updated, so check that out if you want to. Also, a little camouflage animation, just for no reason at all.